Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Laurel Park. Naomi Tucker and Keith Fustel back at it again. We've got 9 races coming your way and trying to find a couple of winners, right?
Yeah, we're looking. This card was a little dicey for me in the way of trying to find that $18 to $20 winner. I didn't
Yeah.
really come up with anything strong on today's card. I'm hoping to just kind of get a couple streak together, couple winners here in a row to try to catch some okay prices. Somebody comes up out of the woodwork. I'm probably not gonna have it, but I like my picks. Don't get me wrong. I think I'm good throughout the card. We'll be definitely knocking on the door, but I just couldn't find that real blow up type of horse within this set. But you know what? With every card, you get the chance. We can make some money today. Yep.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see if we can construct some clever ways with your exaction trifectas that you talk about
Yeah.
as well to create some value in every single race. But let's look at what's coming up in the next week or so. We have the March Mania Watch Party, Friday, March 18 from 12 p.m. noon time till 7 p.m. You can watch all the basketball action right here with us, whilst you can also bet on a couple of ponies. I think it's like the best of both worlds, right?
Yeah. Our Maryland Terrapins, they needed to kind of get through the Big Ten tournament. They got knocked out early yesterday, but valiant comeback, made a big run. They were 20 points down. Thought they were going to pull it out late, just fell short. But yeah, this is a great time of year for the sports fans. We've got, looks like baseball's right there on the horizon as well. I'm a big baseball fan. But yeah, get involved here. Stop on over Friday, March 18th. Take advantage of what we have to offer for this March Mania Watch Party.
Well, I absolutely love the sports bar as well, with the huge screens that you can watch, and the horse racing and the basketball action. And you've got a couple of couches to sit on as well. What's not to like, really? I talk about stakes action. You have a big stakes day coming up again, about a week and a day from now, Saturday, the March 9th. 5 stakes races, nearly $500,000 in purses. The Harrison E. Johnson Memorial, the 3-year-olds battling it out in the Beyond the Wire for the ladies and the private terms for the boys. Always two very much key races here locally for the classic generation. The Not for Love Stakes, the Conniver Stakes as well. Those are for the Maryland bred. So much to look forward to in terms of the action at this track.
Yeah, you've got like a mix. The up-and-comers and the hard knockers that have been around in the stakes. So yeah, really like seeing these 3-year-olds developing through the spring and seeing if we can move somebody on to bigger and better things right here off of this circuit.
Now that would absolutely be quite the treat for us, certainly following those Maryland breds and Maryland campaign horses go on to bigger and better things, of course. One of the things that we've been doing last year with, for example, Nick's Go and Aloha West. So
we were spoiled.
we need a couple. We'd like to see a couple more of those, but we were very much spoiled. Really strong horses bred here locally. Now let's have a look at the current track conditions. Like I said, 9 races coming your way. Track is coined as being fast today, as you can see. 52 Fahrenheit. We have a lovely sunshine, sort of a sunny day coming up, right?
It's a beautiful day today, no doubt about it. It even feels warmer than 52 right out there with the sunshine beating down on us here at lovely Laurel Park. So yeah, take advantage of it. If you're in the area, you can get out, stop out on this Friday for some live action. It's Friday. Go see the pizza lady. Get yourself a bucket of beer and roll outside and enjoy the racing action. And don't forget to, build that bank account out or your first bet account. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. You can get your first bet account, sit out there on the benches, have a cold beer, and bet away. Yeah.
Yeah,
love it.
I agree with you. Preferred wagering partner here of the Maryland Jockey Club. Let's start with race number 1. Early pick 5 starts here. 5.5 furlongs to distance. Nickel condition claimants here. 4 fillies and mares at 4-year-old and up. And Keith, we landed on the exact same order in here.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple of races that were kind of in agreement. So let's hope that means that we're going to be very successful today. Both of us on Joyful Noise in here for trainer Mari Saray Jr. She's back on that condition beaten nickel level. She's been campaigned in a couple more open company races. I think she's a touch stronger than the group she finds today.
Yeah, just missed a few races back on a sloppy track at this condition. To this spot, she's going to be dangerous in here. There's a little bit of flow in here, some speed that's kind of questionable in my opinion. Danny Deep Cuts, Our True Sensation. Our True Sensation ran really big last time. I thought carried the speed quite well, repelled a challenge just to get reeled in late. But Joyful Noise, this looks like her race. It sets up beautifully for her class relief. You see some of the horses she's been running against. She sits and she rolls from the back of the pack.
Agreed. And then both of us like Wind and Grin to complete the exacta. She kind of looks to rebound. I thought the mile distance was just a bridge too far. I like the cutback in here.
Agreed. The two-back race, good. It didn't beat a whole lot in there, Amy, but the last race, she comes out of a pretty good field. Golden Grant came back to win a starter. Fudge Cake came back to win an allowance at Charlestown. Made a move into an okay pace, grounded out for a while, but then just faded. I think she sits and makes a run here. She works here at 5.5. She's going to find herself a little bit further back to 3/8, but I think she's got the kick to make a run into it.
I agree with that, especially if you're going the mile. It kind of catches you out if you don't really want to go that distance, that second wire. Steep cut back, but I think that means that she's going to have something to say late. And then, of course, the number 4, make it a double free in Anthony Ferry. Now, we coming over from Charlestown, of course, the strong combination of Ferry and Boca Chica, his go-to rider, leading rider at Charlestown. She adds another furlong to return here. She's been campaigning for 4.5, but she has a good late kick, so I don't think the extra furlong is going to be a problem whatsoever.
Yeah, and I think out of Charlestown at 4.5, if you just don't come off just right, you're going to find yourself 3, 4, 5 out of it by the time they hit the turn. Looks like she hasn't been breaking quite as sharp over Charlestown. She comes back today with Boca Chica. She will be into the pace flow, I think, by the time they hit, the far turn.
Yeah, I think so as well. And I think she's going to enjoy a bit more of a roomy layout to the track than what she finds at Charleston. Like you said, you have to kind of be on top of things at Charleston. She just has a bit more time here today. Race number 2, claiming 10 to 8,000 for the straight 3-year-old fillies. We're going 1.16 here. We would say we start the early pick 4. I know that you created a ticket. We haven't gotten that for you just yet, but you can kind of tell us maybe how you want to some of the plays you might make.
Yeah, well, the ticket was only going to be a $16 ticket. I keyed around Chica Rabiosa, Lola Flo in here. Spread a little bit deeper in the third with the 3, 4, 6, and 8. Yeah, 3, 4, 6, and 8. In the fourth race, we'll go to it. Dejan was my single. Try to go ahead and go wire to wire this afternoon.
He's
wrap
my
it up
best
in
bet of the day as well.
In the fifth race again. 3, 4, 5, and 8. A little bit deeper in there. I think that's kind of what Bear Force 1 should be the favorite. Going to be a lower price, but risk profile comes in Nash Vegas. I think this is kind of a lateral move in class, and I think Magic Mule. This field won't get away from him like it did last time.
Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty decent field that you want to spread a little bit. But I do feel like today, when it comes to your sequences, you want to try and key around a single to kind of get that value and then go a little bit deeper in some of the other races as well. But let's talk about race number 2 then. You landed on the number 6, who I use in my exacta, Lola Flo for trainer Norman Cash. I think they've been trying to sort of find a bit of an easier spot. I think the return to routing is going to have her just a little bit more in the mix. I think she thought she was quite far away from the pace going 6 furlongs. She was very prominently whenever she's been routing. I think comparatively speaking, she is going to face lesser foes than when she was routing here, the one-turn mile, claiming 40 level. That is much tougher than what she finds.
No doubt. She found some late life last time, and that was the first time the blinkers were off, the combination blinkers off, and Lasix on the dirt. Hey, the road's going to go through the 3, Chica Rabiosa. She's quick. She's going to be able to clear and relax. She'll probably take them a long way. Would not surprise me if she takes them wire to wire. It's going to be at a short price with the scratch of the 5. Elico Rising, who was 6 to 5 on the morning line. But a little bit of a wake-up last time for Lola Flo on the dirt. So maybe she can chase and just kind of steadily progress and get up. But it would be an upset because Chica Rabiosa, clearly the horse to beat on the front end.
She is absolutely going to apply her tray on the front and hope that nobody can get to her late. I tried to go with the number 4, Imagine the Mojo. Very lightly raced filly for trainer Michael Trombetta. Her breakthrough score came over course and distance whilst being close to a strong pace. Yes, she has to improve a little bit when it comes to numbers-wise and compared to some of these others. But I feel like there is still scope for improvement here, and she's by imagining. I just feel like they've kind of found what she likes to do, and that's going to
Absolutely. I don't know if it's today, tomorrow, but Tromby, he's been good at that move, second out, sprint to route. So I know I got a stat down the line on that one for one of his horses. So, yeah, we'll see.
See how it goes there. And race number 3, be our next event here. 5.5 furlongs, minimum distance. Again, conditioned nickel claimers in here. I had a bit of a price play actually with the number 5 Jungle Warrior in this spot for trainer Jose Corrales. He gets Horatio Carmanos back on board. We know that these two get along quite well. Carmanos won twice on him when he was riding him 3 times. That was back end of 2020, early start of 2021. You can see this is a 6-year-old, but patiently campaigned. They weren't overdoing it with him. I think some of his best performances have come going a little bit shorter, so that's what he's going to get today. And I thought in this kind of field, I'd like to take a little bit of a chance.
I like it. I like the value here. This is a wide open race. You could go 4 or 5 different ways, I think. I made a little Bull Bandit a slight favorite just for the fact, his numbers aren't that great, but he is the speed of the speed, and the percentage of Mr. Rob is pretty strong. So he set sails. It was life and death to hold on last time. A little ride X-Men, a little drift late, intimidate, and hold sway. But he's going to go. Amen Corner, I thought, ran okay a couple races back, going 5.5, and closed in against a pretty good field.
I like Eamon Coleman in this spot as well. I think he's been holding his own pretty decent. He does drop down to the nickel. Like you said, it was campaigned at the starter allowance level. I think he can certainly make a move into it here. Now, both of us do use the number 6 Victory Given for Jose Corrales here as well. So that's the other Corrales runner. Dennis Arujo takes the ride here. I really liked the way he finished off his last race. I think he can stick around for a bit of a piece again.
Yeah, all of a suddenly, this horse, as we like to say, all of a suddenly, but that's what we do say on the press box. This horse just jumped up and has run 2 big races. Has the ability, when you're looking at the rest of the field, nobody super quick. Big Hambone will chase.
Yeah.
But this horse, went into a pretty good horse on the lamb. It's got some pretty good speed as well. So I think Victory Given can keep the leader in his sights and make another move into it. Just has to maintain form. Like I say, he's gotten good of late. Extra median, had some sneaky trouble last time out. First off the claim, back for the nickel. He got hot in the fall and then just kind of fizzled out. But I give him a little excuse off of that last. Anything close to, making me a 90% effort, he's in the mix against this group.
And he's had a month and a half since being claimed as well. Probably just had a little bit of a fresher. Hopefully he can run up to some of his better figs again. I was very tempted to put him underneath. That's just how wide open this field is, that I could actually make a claim for extra medium to jump back up again. But that's why my price play in here.
I think, like we talk about, you using the price in this particular race from a betting standpoint. Take a horse or two that you like. Use them with 2 or 3 other horses top and down. I don't think the minimum exacta here, probably it's going to be $30, $35. I don't see anybody just hammering one certain combination. So there's a chance, you spread around a little bit more in this type of race.
Okay, so who would you key on top then?
I'll key. Well, I'm going to key. For value, I might take extra medium at a 6-1, 8-1, fall through the cracks, but use top and bottom in the exactas. Has to be first or second, and maybe Victory Given. You've got to demand. If you're betting this race flat, I know the Rob factor and everything. I can't take anything less than 3-1 on a horse to win in this particular race.
Yeah, the money will be coming in on Little Bull Bandit, of course. Full brother to Anna's Bandit, and Jerry Robb has just been absolutely fair. I think he's hitting at about 40% at present throughout the meet. So it pays to at least use the majority of the Jerry Robb horses when you're constructing these more exotic wagers. Race number 4, Nickel Claimer, known as a 2 lifetime, 6 furlongs the distance here. You were already highlighting the John as your single in the early pick 4. He's my best bet of the day. Returns to his ideal distance. Looks like the speed early. I think he's just going to try and take them all the way.
Exactly. He's back to what he needs to do. Go 6 furlongs and go to the front and never look back. He gets in a little assist with the 7. Scratch King Sean has brought speed to the table. Looks like his only challenger up front could be Baltimore Bud. I don't see anybody else with the kind of speed that Dijon brings to the table. Yeah, kind of a move here. If he doesn't get through this 2 in life now, I don't know when he's going to get through it.
Well, and as you were saying, maybe Baltimore Bud, but if I look at his Baltimore Bud's time from U.S. early pace figures, he's a 73 versus DeJohn's 98 early pace figure. Now, that's a big difference. Even if you aren't as familiar with these numbers, that is a huge difference. I think DeJohn should be able to navigate himself to the front with not that much trouble, unless, of course, Kevin Gomez is going to be overly aggressive on Baltimore Bud, but I don't think that's going to help his chances to really sort of get after him in those early stage. Both of us because he used divine proportion on the naive. First time against winners for this 5-year-old gelding, but showed very willing to get his nose down last time out.
Yeah, got up at Charlestown, nickel, but he looks like he's moving in the right direction. Still needs to run a little bit faster, but we saw Damon with this move the other day with a maiden breaker at Charlestown. What was a much bigger maiden 5 breaker at Charlestown. Get the job done in a repeat effort. So there you go. He looks to me like the biggest threat to upset Dejan.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple horses in here that have kind of showed that they aren't as keen as getting their nose in front. So I'm going to go with a runner that comes fresh off a win in here, and hopefully that will get his confidence up a little bit. Of course, Damon Delodofico's had quite a lovely meet thus far as well. So let's hope that the momentum continues. Stay with us for this short message.
My favorite thing to do is just speak to them as I go down the line. I just come in and chit-chat with them. Hello, good morning, and grab their chins as I go, and they'll be begging for some candy or whatever the case may be. And I name each one as I go down the line, and then somebody might be dancing around in a circle. But I've always loved horses ever since I was a child.
Welcome back to Laurel Park. We're on race number 5. It's the first level allowance going 6 furlongs at distance. Also the start of the late pick 5. I had a look at that sequence. I'm actually going with 3 deep in the first couple of legs. I used the 3, the 5, and the 8 in race number 5, 2, the 5, and the 6 in race number 6, and then in race number 7, the 1, the 4, and the 8. And then my single comes at race number 8. I'm going to hope that Al Loves Josie for the aforementioned Jerry Robon, who has been flying, is going to take them all the way. Very, very sharp 3-year-old gelding. Loves just dominating once the gates open. I think the cutback's going to help him to the 5.5 because he only just got caught last time out by Coastal Mission after being very, very brave on the lead. So he's my single. He's creating my value throughout the day. And then in the final leg, I go 2 deep using the number 2, Lost My Voucher, as well as the number 8 on the outside. Titans Woe is going to be very fast from that outside draw. As we move back to race number 5, which I think is a very strong race, a really enjoyable race. But let's start with our video spotlight. That's on your top selection here, Keith. Magic Mule, 2 starts ago. It was actually patiently ridden by Georgie Ruiz. You see him right there behind him. He started to wind up, kind of a lovely 3-wide move into the lane. Very, very game battle right to the wire, and only just prevailed.
He was able to get up by that. Royal Thunder has come back. John the Bear just won the other day. Those two were in that race together, and big efforts. They flip-flopped. John the Bear went right to the front, but he's running against the right kind. I give him a little excuse. Last time hung out very wide, gets a pretty solid A other than. I think going to lead might have run like an 88 fig in there, but this field works for him. I think he's got enough tactical speed to drop in early. Abuelo Paz doesn't have as much speed as him. Royal Crusader does not, in my opinion, as well. So let's get that 2-wide, 3-wide trip, maybe tuck up behind the speed mid-turn, and then go from there. Little hiccup last time. He gets back to that higher 70 number. He's going to be dangerous and makes that kind of grinding run from just off of. If he's in range, maybe a length and a half to quarter pole like you saw in that video, boy, he's going to be tough right back. And I think he escapes at a little bit of a price today.
Yeah, no, I like him, and hence I've got him in my exacta. I'm going with the number 5, Bear Force 1, though. Huge career best performance 2 starts back when nearly caught on the wire. He made a dominant move before kind of continuing evenly. I think he's going to be very, very tough again in here. I like his draw. You were mentioning you hope to get some cover with the outside runner. I think Bear Force 1 is going to get that ideal position.
Yeah, I think his position might be on the lead, Naomi. He had a little bit of a issue at the break. I went back and watched that race again. He broke outward just a touch, was brushing. It took him a couple strides to kind of get himself together. And then he made a big threatening move 4 wide. It just couldn't quite kick on. Top Ball certainly has speed, but with a clean break, you're right. He'll set up shop on or just off of it and try to dog you to the wire.
Yeah, I think he's not the need the lead type. He can certainly make up ground. So I think it just kind of depends where will he go into that turn and where can he kind of move from. But he's not going to be in any rush to kind of get to the front. I think Angel Cruz is going to be patient on it. I mean, Angel Cruz won on him back-to-back January and as well April, when there's a big gap, a bit of a layoff for him throughout his career. But those were strong performances. I'm hoping we get to see something like that again today. But let's talk about Nash Vegas. I do believe you have a stat on Kira McGee as well. You can see it right there. That's a 24 winning percentage there.
Pretty good. 9 for 38 dirt sprints, claiming to the allowance ranks with an ROI of 280. A reclaim here for Kieran. Claimed off a fair, a similar situation again. Jumped up and won, right there battling on the lead. Again, I think with his tactical speed, he's a threat. Took a little about the same amount of money when he was beaten by Bear Force 1. He's not far off of this horse on his best. Another one, going to be a pace factor throughout, will be looming mid-turn. See if he can carry through without Velo. So a good stat here for Kieran McGee. Dangerous on this kind of move.
Yeah, there's so many different ways you can go in race number 5. Let's move on to race number 6, claiming 40 to 32,000 for straight 3-year-old fillies. 6 furlongs the distance. We have video spotlight on your top contender in here. I'm getting there for trainer Hamilton Smith. We look back at her last outing where I thought this was really interesting. I watched this a couple of times. Couldn't go with them by the looks of it, right? Looked a little bit outpaced early. Then Azario kind of either just eased her back, trying to give her some confidence, give her a breather, and then moved her forward again.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of an odd trip, but I was hoping she'd get back to that tactic of coming from off the pace like she did against Click to Confirm, Buff My Boots, those kind of horses. And she finishes with a flourish here. Once he levels her off here at the 8th pole, and she is rocking and rolling. Maybe not quite the run that we see out of Lunabelle, right, in the barn.
Similar style,
but pretty good.
Yeah.
Similar style, the right idea. And I think today, again, she can avoid that little issue into the turn and just get a clear run and not have to have the momentum stopped a little bit. She can fire. She's going to have to run a little bit faster. There's no doubt about it. But I like the way she's moving, and I like the change of tactics back from off the pace. I think she's going to need to do that today.
I think so. So I don't believe she has the speed of the likes. For example, the number 3, She's a Big Deal, or My Boss, who's also very, very fast in here. But yeah, I was watching that. Either it looked like they came in a little bit, but also looked that Dennis Arruda just wanted to give her a breather. I think it was a combination of the two. So, kind of grabbed her up again and said, hey, let's re-break, let's go again.
Yeah.
And it worked. She snatched second. She was able to pass a fair few horses down the lane. So I think that she can do that again in here. And hence, I use her underneath. I went with the number 5, Sea Pines, for trainer Anthony Ferrier. First off, the claim for him there, ran into a sharp pace going 6 furlongs last time. I feel like there is another good amount of flow in here for her to target.
Yeah, this is not really a move up. I mean, you see it, but from a standpoint of looking at the race and the fix, she's right in the level where she belongs against these horses. You're right. She looks like she's kind of, hit her stride. She might move up even a little bit off of that last race. That was strong. She won kind of handily in there under pressure, but workman I like the win for Sea Pines. Again, a stalk and pounce kind of move for her. Miss Casey, you'll probably see her send away from the outside. She came away a little slow last time, but I thought, all things considered, ran pretty well. She had to kind of work through some traffic. She breaks cleanly. She's a threat up front, and Joe Mike Jim again. Another one with trouble from the rail last time, a stumble. Has the ability to be within the race by the time they hit the top of the stretch.
Absolutely. I didn't want to leave her out because that was such a terrific performance over 6 furlong when breaking her maiden last time out. So I was like, if she comes back to something similar there, holds her own on the rail, I don't want to be caught out. So I use her underneath as well. Race number 7, we got a maiden special weight here, 1 turn mile. Both you and I have some interest on the 1. I was going to start with her Stacks of Silver, trainer Gary Capuano. This is going to be his second start after 199 days layoff. Was gelded in the interim as well. This will be his second start as a gelding. And in his last race, he looked like the winner, actually. He had the inside draw, took them all the way. Happily was going forward from the rail. Still going with about a quarter left to go, and then just kind of really had to dig in deep and just lost, as Dave Rotman likes to call it, up and down photo head bump loss.
Up and down, and who beats him? The other Gary Cap. So here's a little stat on Gary Cap with favorites on the maiden special weights. on the dirt. It's pretty good. 7 for 11 the last 3 years, 8 for 11 the money with a positive ROI of 272. Yeah, I think stacks of silver. Inside draw has to break cleanly at the mile, but showing the ability, I think, and you hit on that first time gelding last time. Second time might even improve a little bit more. I like Kodago. I think this horse is set up now to go long off the 2 sprints. Comes out of a super, super key race, triple key race up at Park. Scaramouche came back to run like a 79 or 80 galloping in his stake. So I did not have that information before when I made a line. This horse, he might be a little bit tighter when things are all said and done at the window. I think Kodago will definitely come down off the 7-2. You might see 5-2 range. The 8, who you've got in the mix, Burgee. This is the Trombetta horse I was talking about the little stat. 27% sprint to route in second career starters. 256 ROI. Burgee doesn't look like much. Yeah, that was a pretty fast race. Outkissed, we're going to see later. Big number. Golden Eyes came back to win. You'll probably see some improvement. That stat speaks volumes here for Trombetta.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty strong race, and it just looked like maybe the 5.5 was on the sharper side for Burgee, and he's now going to get the chance to settle and then make a move into it for trainer Michael Trombetta. Quite a lovely little race there, race number 7. Really intrigued to see which 3-year-old will come out on top, because as you highlighted, there are a few in here coming out of key races. So it'll be very interesting to see how it will hold up. Race number 8, first level optional claimer, 5.5 furlongs the distance there for the 3-year-olds. We both landed on Owl Loves Josie for trainer Jerry Robb. I was already mentioning it, using him as my single in the late pick 5. He's such a sharp gauge horse. He's always very, very eager to move up to the lead. Nearly held on and very, very eager, as you'd like to say as well, to the wire. I think the cutback, that half a furlong less, is going to hit him right between the eyes.
Yeah, he just got beat. Coastal Mission, stakes season type of horse, has been impressive in stakes around here. He dug in when he got collared Owl Loves Josie. He had to outrun some other fast horses. Again, I think today you're right. 5.5, shorter run of turn. He's going to be able to clear off and hold on. Outkissed was the favorite over him in a maiden try back in November. Owl Loves Josie got the better of him that day. Outkissed came back strong. Real strong. But he's going to have to stalk. I don't think he's going to do it up on the lead. Unfortunately, we got a couple scratches in this race with Mr. Sandman and Kenner. That was really going to be – this was a good race. But still some quality horses in the 2 and the 3. You just kind of lose some extra value here with those horses coming out. Yep.
Of course, that is unfortunate. But, yeah, Outkissed for me, a clear second. He's going to just lay off Owl Loves Josie. And I feel like looking at this field, we're just going to see the 2 and the 3, Owl Loves Josie and Outkissed, kind of ding-dong to the wire, unless Owl Loves Josie has put that much distance in between that Outkissed can't get to him. But the way Outkissed has been developing makes me think that these two are going to be quite evenly matched.
Could have a heck of a stretch run here, no doubt.
Final race on the card, race number 9, a mile and 1/8 the distance nickel starter allowance in here. And we'll start with the outside runner. That is the number 8, Titans Will for Andreas Gerbe. Johan Rosado is back on board, hoping to make it back-to-back victories when taking them coast to coast. Look, he's projected in my books to again be quite the dominating pace here. We do know with a mile and 1/8 that he'll have to move over, but by the looks of it, some of his inside runners aren't gonna be that eager to give him a tough fight for it.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. He moves inside to outside a little bit, but the way he was able to kind of clear last time gives me a little extra confidence that he can go ahead and kind of just get a little extra push into the first turn, clear and drop over. That's given a good break, and Rosado's riding well right now. The mile and 1/8, he's handled it before against even maybe a little bit better company. So this horse has paired up races for this barn. So and he can even run a little bit faster. Yeah, the road goes through him, no doubt. Naomi, I lost my voucher. A troubled trip last time. Probably one of the best races he's ever run last time with that trouble, and right back out of there with Titans Will. Here we go. We're going to pick them up. This is good. Thanks, guys. Well, a little.
Oh, I think we've
sorry.
just, yeah.
We missed a little trouble there.
We missed the trouble.
That's okay. You can count on me. It says it. If it says it in the short comment for
I
Equibase,
watched it back. It was there.
Then there was trouble. This horse just kind of grinds it out. He kind of swooped and made a little bit of a wider move. Love the effort continuing on. This horse has changed barns between Ferris and Claudio. Back with Ferris now. Again, inside trip. Should be able to relax. Mile and 1/8, not an issue for him.
Yeah, no, I remember watching it. I thought you picked up on that check well. He was kind of in between horses, really strong to come back when it looks like the horses in front of him were coming back. But he rallied really, really gamely. And as we saw him hitting the wire, look, he wasn't going to get to Titansville, but Titansville had a much cleaner trip than Lost My Voucher got. So Lost My Voucher, definitely a good horse to use in second.
Okay.
As we'll move on to lightning round to update you on a couple of news points. Let's start by updating you on the standings. We're looking at a jockey tally here. Jevian Toledo still running away with the lead here. 32 wins over an in-form Victor Carrasco, who's really, really riding high with 23 wins as well. I was looking at the win percentage. Jevian, 26%. Wow. Victor, 24. Those are terrific statistics.
Yeah. Just key around those guys, I guess. If you're a gambler, play the percentages. Jevian, a little bit of a separation, I think, from even last week. Got a couple extra winners here. So, yeah, 9-win lead.
But talking about percentages, the X-Man is hitting at 32%. Of course, riding for the Jerry Robb bond. Jerry Robb hitting at about 40%. So, percentage-wise, Perez is doing quite well. Let's look at the trainer standings in here. Jerry Robb, 20 over 18 for trainer Jamie Ness. Jerry Robb, 40% win percentage. Jamie Ness, 23%. Now, Anthony Ferry also doing very well with 26%. Look, we've got a very, very competitive trainer culture here, and this is just terrific to see that they are indeed all going head-to-head.
Absolutely, and their trainers all capable. If you're new and you want to kind of get in the game and you're scared to go to a sale and spend $300,000, but you've got some guys and you want to maybe, hey, put together 12, 5, 15,000 together and maybe claim a horse and get involved. I mean, these trainers hit at good percentages. Horses look good. They come on the track and they run well. Jerry Robb right now, it's key too for these trainers, finding the right spots, needing races to go.
Yeah.
That's the key for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's update you on the Stronach 5 wager returning again today. And as per usual, we have the opportunity to get you started here with race number 9 being leg A, leg B. Our friends at Santa Anita Park in race number 3. Gulfstream Park up next. Race number 8 is leg C. Leg D, Golden Gate Fields. So we don't finish with Golden Gate Fields. We often do race 3. Yeah. We go back to Gulfstream Park for the final leg, race number 9, $1 minimum wager. Nation low 12% takeout, and the payouts are there every single week. So have a good look, and you got to be in it to win it. Another initiative, this is not a wagering secrets, but nonetheless very, very great opportunity to support the local art community. Voting is now open for the art of racing. It's a project jointly sponsored by First Racing through the Maryland Jockey Club and in conjunction with the Maryland Institute College of Art. A total of 147 entries were received. The winner will get a $4,000 stipend, and their artwork will be reproduced and available for sale during the Preakness. Look, I had a look on the website. There are a couple of terrific artworks. I saw one of Secretariat winning the Preakness. Now, I had to vote for that one because that was absolutely terrific. So by all means, go to Preakness.com, find the page for the Art of Racing, and have a look at all these beautiful artworks. I mean, phenomenal talent involved. Like, I was enjoying looking at them all. Kind of wanted to vote multiple times. I think you can vote like once or twice if you're clever about it, but like, have a look. It's really, really worth it. And I'm just glad that we have this initiative on board again.
Should have broken into my late Aunt Josephine. She was a tremendous artist. We lost her a few years back, and she liked horse race. She would always call me right before the Preakness. You know, year after year, I'm sitting there busy trying to get everything together. Should have gone back through her old collection. Maybe we could have submitted something, got the money.
I think it's for the younger generation to get involved. Okay. But look, really terrific initiative. So
she wouldn't have let that happen. She wouldn't let me cheat. No.
Final point here on Lightning Round is that we are gearing up for the spring meet that will be starting on Friday, April the 1st. Not April Fools. We are starting the spring meet on Friday, April 1st. And look, it's of course a meet highlighted highlighted by Win and You're In event for the Preakness in the Federico Tessio for the 3-year-olds going 1 mile and 8. That will be held on April 16. So yeah, we are gearing up for the warmer weather, and of course hoping to see the turf return soon. I think we're hoping to aim for mid-April as well. So yeah, let's bring on spring.
Absolutely. And it's a good start. Get out there, enjoy today.
Absolutely. Good luck, everyone, and we'll send it up to Dave Rotman for scratches and changes.
All right, good luck.